Hey, if you guys are just joining in, give me just a second. I'm going to pull up my channel on my website here and then pull some things up and we'll talk about what's going on. Golden State fan, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. I'm going to do a little bit of this. That's not right. I'm getting there. We'll be here in a second. I see you alls. Man, I already got 33 ups and 4 downs. There's a few cops in here, huh? Or cop lovers. Or maybe yous that don't like what's going on. You tell me. Video. I just got to put a couple things in here. Give me a second. I'll go over everything. Save. All right, let me catch up on chat. I got to get back to the video. Rogue Nation, Rogue Nation, Rogue Nation. All right, so we're here. If many of you guys don't know, Rogue Nation and I were sitting outside of the what's the name of that police department? I lose track of it because I'm going to different places. But we were over in Orlando doing some videos and creating some of the content that we do. On this particular one, we were checking a police department for equipment violations. And I like doing that. I go up there, and not all the time do you see all the police cars in one location at once. Rogue had called and let them know that we're going to be out there filming. Justin Pulliam did a video about that today. And what we did is just walk around in an unsecured open area, didn't cross any fences or planes, and the police knew that. They didn't challenge us on that. But what we did have happen is that they ran the tag of Rogue's car and checked the registered owner on either David or FCIC or NCIC, something along those lines. Found out that the registered owner had a warrant. So they then set up a perimeter around the parking lot. They were going to wait for us to leave. You know, let me do something really quick because this thing's fuzzy. I just wanted to clean my my camera. I just noticed how fuzzy it is. There we go, much better. So, so they did that, and one of the officers set up a perimeter around the police department there in Longwood, Florida. That's the police department. They're technically not at fault at it, except for the fact that they went out of their way to try to identify people that were expressing a First Amendment protected activity. If they would have just left it alone, then they would have done that. The charges against Rogue are bogus. It's a bench warrant. I don't know what a pocket warrant is. I've never heard of that. So we did that. I checked all the tires, checked all that. I complimented them on some of their cleanliness because a lot of police departments don't have cleanliness. And then I confronted the police officer that was down the street, blacked out in the entrance of the hospital, and he was very, very, very adamant of like standoffish. I'll put the video up. I just wanted to have that live as live, and that's what it is. If you're live, then basically you get to see what happens then. A lot of people ask that, why is the live gone? Well, if you're here, you're here. So from there, a corporal came up and got out of the car. I guess he had his picture up, which I think I saw at some point in time, and handcuffed Rogue, put him in handcuffs, confirmed the warrant, and then put him under arrest. But that's fine and dandy. They did a really fast job of getting him in and out of there. They did the warrant and transport him right away. They didn't hesitate. They didn't bring him to the holding facility and delay anything there. And I'm not complimenting the police department except for the fact that they had a clean wash rack. But what had to happen then is Rogue's car was left there. They didn't tow it, but they were waiting, in my opinion, waiting to tow the cars because they wanted to get someone in the car. They can do a search incident to an arrest and do that. And that's why they set up a perimeter down the street rather than come up and do a consensual stop. Said, hey, you know, I heard you guys call. Thanks. I just want to say I'm officer this so-and-so. Oh, by the way, you look like you have a warrant. We need to talk. Instead, they did their trickiness of trying to get someone in the cars and get them to drive their car away. That's what I'm speculating, just based off of their behavior. Setting up a perimeter around the police department and all the exits out of this police department, having 4 officers do so. But we didn't afford them that right, which is good because then it didn't allow them to tow the vehicle. It was legally parked, and the corporal did give that information, said, yeah, you can leave the car there. It's legally parked. Where the trouble that comes into play here is that obviously we told them that we were going to be there, right? So then they come down and do that, whereas they don't know if this warrant is bogus or not. They just have to act on it. So they have to do it. And one of the officers there in my video was asking me, you know, why don't you answer questions? And I was going into the speech of her, why I film or why we film, why I film. I can only speak for myself. And that's when the corporal rolled up. He kicked me out of the scene. I tried to stay there, but we need one person out. If one person's getting arrested, don't everybody get arrested, and try not to get arrested, period. You know what I'm saying? So I stepped back a little bit. I challenged his kicking me out, and he said, this is private property. I challenged that again, and I knew he was going to arrest me. There's no reason in both of us there. Then we got to wake both of our spouses up, and it's like, can you drive to the police department or the jail and help get us out? No, we did that. So after that, he was arrested, went to go secure his car, make sure it was locked and his window was down. So we got his key, ultimately by Winston Smith. He's the person that was arrested in Lady Lake that has become a content creator that does government activism. And he got in his car, went over to her house, got the key, and I said, you know what, let's just do this. If I'm going to drive there and pick up the key, do you mind just coming back and grabbing the car? I went there, got the key, dropped him off at the car. He got the car back, and now we don't have to worry about anything. Whether they'll say, well, we need to tow it now because the window's down, because it's unsecured and it's a liability, and so on and so forth. We got that done. But here's where it comes into some trouble. Rogue is still in jail right now. This is 24 hours after the event. He's still in jail with no bond. And if you don't know what no bond means, generally that's a crime that takes place that is a crime against public, humanity, murder, kids. But he's charged with criminal mischief, and I don't know what the criminal mischief charge is. We're trying to get that report to see what it is there and figure that out. But even if it's criminal mischief, I don't believe that he has any failure to appears. The only thing that he doesn't have is he doesn't live in the county of Walton, Georgia, where Defuniak Springs is, and that would cause them to issue an arrest warrant. But it's like, we don't have to be arrested like this by police departments for misdemeanors. We can be summoned and served, and here's your notice, and if you don't show up, then do it. Why don't we have that ability? I mean, it's a criminal justice system. It's not like we have to, we owe our soul to it, but that's what they want from us. They want to handcuff us, fingerprint us, and do all that. So he's currently in jail right now, and that's the trouble that we're running into. And from reports from his wife, I've been in contact with her today. I hurt my ankle the other night, so I've been out all day long, and I was going to do this a little bit earlier, but it's appropriate now, 24 hours later, because he's still in jail. But his wife says that he may not get out till next week for a misdemeanor offense for criminal mischief. If you don't know what criminal mischief is, I'm going to pull it up real quick and just read you what it says. You might know what it is. If I say vandalism, then you'll know what vandalism is. That's what the lay term is for it. I don't know when the date of the warrant is. And criminal mischief under the Florida statute is 806.13. It says a person commits the offense of criminal mischief if he or she willfully, maliciously injures or damages by any means any real property or personal property belonging to another, including but not limited to the placement of graffiti therein or other acts of vandalism thereto. That's it. If it's $300, if the property is $200, it's a misdemeanor of the second degree. It's the lowest misdemeanor in Florida. That just basically means that it's bad behavior. Misdemeanor means bad behavior. That's all it is. But as far as I know, he doesn't have graffiti. He doesn't bring spray paint and stuff like that. And he would never do this to another person, any real property belonging to another person. That's all I can see. Let me see if there's anything else in here. Oh, there's something about historical property. If it was like a historical property, then yeah, it's a felony. If you do a church, religious location, it's a felony as well. If you've been convicted of it before, it's reclassified as a felony if it's a specific subsection of 775-082, 775-083, or 084. If it's $1,000 or more, then it is a felony. And that's it. There's nothing else to it. This is retaliation charge for it right here, for whatever occurred, if there is anything occurred. But that's what police departments do. When you are a person that goes out and films and documents the government, what they do, or the police, or a city, or anything of that nature, you have to be prepared for retaliation. It's just the way it is. And if you can catch retaliation ahead of time, like I'm getting threats from people saying they're going to try and put me, well, not people, but unknown people in, hey, what's up, Gary, in the city, saying that they want to find something on me to put me away. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't do anything of that nature where they could do anything like planting things and so on and so forth. Anyway, that's what criminal mischief is. It's like graffiti, vandalism, or anything that would cause someone to have to make a piece of property whole again. So that's it. Kids vandalize things. They do criminal mischief all the time with skateboards. That's one of the biggest charges in Florida, in like the regional areas like Orlando and some of us. So on and so forth. They get a lot of kids for vandalism for doing like rail slides on the concrete. That's how they do it. That's an example. So he's been afforded no bond. He's still in the Seminole County Jail, which is, I don't know what it is. Seminole County Jail, search for inmates. I think that's one, right? Right. It's in Seminole County because we weren't in Orange County anymore. We were in Seminole. Seminole Fluid, Florida. Seminole, Florida. It's actually a Native American name. I don't think that he's fighting extradition. We'll get to some questions in there. He wants to be done. He wants to be done and get out. That's all you want to do. All right. So someone asked how do they hold you without bail? Well, what they're doing is they're using a creation of a delay. They're creating a delay, saying that the police department is saying, all right, yeah, we're going to be able to come down here. We want to extradite him. We can't get here. What's today? Thursday? Wednesday. We can't get here Thursday or Friday, but we will be available Monday. Will you hold him till Monday so we can get down there? We've got to schedule this. Sanford jail had him. I don't know if Sanford had it. Does Sanford have a jail? Maybe it is. Okay, so it's John E. Polk Correctional Facility. That's where it is here. So I was thinking Seminole County, but it's I don't know. It might be the same. 211 Eislinger Way. Give me a second. And there's no reason to call the jail. It's not something that they're going to be able to. Yeah, Seminole County Jail is the same thing as Sanford Jail. So there's no reason to call the jail. You don't need to get them aggravated. He's just being held there by them. And this is very similar to what happened with a soul yacker or armed fisherman. The Indiana Police Department arrested him, but it was the Titusville Police Department that created the warrant. The police department that's doing this is Defuniak Springs. If you haven't seen Defuniak Springs, they are what I would call an inbred type of department. I'm not making fun of them because of like an Alabama status. I'm making fun of them and calling something out is because nearly everybody in one family, or at least the last names of a family, work there. If you haven't heard the name Atkinson, that's one of the names that you're going to hear from this place. Atkinson. I'll tell you. We're going to look up the department directory at. And you have William Cody Atkinson's. He's an officer now, detective, I believe it is. And Jason Atkinson's, which is the captain. Now, there's another Atkinson's in Defuniak Springs. Let me see if I can find it. Why is anybody know my website? Proceed. Some reason my website, I think the certificate is expired or something like that. Yeah, I gotta fix that tonight. Anyway, so Atkinson's is a familiar family name there, and they're into all of the same. They love government. That's what I imagine they do, because there's a whole family of them. And I believe when I went down there to Defuniak Springs, I had a correctional facility individual. I believe he was related somehow to these people as well, calling and, well, he threatened me. I don't know if he called me. Can't remember. No, he didn't call me. He texted me and was basically threatening me over the phone about my presence in Defuniak Springs. Well, I called him back. He blocked me. I called his work and he blocked me because I wanted to have a conversation with him, but he didn't want to have a conversation. He just wanted to hit and run with that. So Rogue Nation is being held without that bond from Defuniak Springs. And the problem with Defuniak Springs is they can do this. And what's going to happen now, they're looking for a plea deal here. He's going to be already spending, if at worst case scenario, going to be there till Monday or Tuesday, then what they're going to do is try to use this as leverage about time served. Hey, plead guilty, you've already got time served, and we'll just wipe this clean, we'll be done. Pay a fine, and you do that. That's what they're looking for as a tactic right here. Thanks, Rights Crispy. They're looking for a tactic in order to do time served. And that happens a lot. I'm gonna start reading chat here. If you @tag me, or if you're a member, I'll read the greens first, and we'll go from there. So if you are a member, I'm gonna start back up to the top and read those and give you guys, I don't have many members. All right, External Affairs says, I've been watching for updates. Yes, and that's how it goes. We are here now. We got this update. I know Rights Crispy did one, and Justin Pulliam did one. External Affairs, mass audit into Defuniak Springs, maybe. I don't know what they're doing. We'll have to figure out a plan and speak about that with Rogue and see what he wants to do. Chuck Bronson also says mass audits. Thanks for being a member there. Stone Gun says undercover member. Chuck is a member. I got to go ride around with Chuck the other night. We didn't catch anything. That's it. Rogue Nation's in jail. Yeah, let's see. All right. How do you become a member? You would click the join. There's a join button. I don't know if I can. And it's like $1.99 a month. It just helps out. And you get, it's a supporter, the minimums. Oh, thanks, Snapface. Snapface is good, man. I can't believe I didn't have him as an admin before. But every time he comes in here, he's awesome. All right, so we're going to read these here as they come through. If you have an old comment or question, then I'm not going to be able to go back through it. It just goes too fast. Eddie says, didn't Rogue put a complaint to the chief or on the chief? Yes, that's correct. Let me clear my throat because I am getting like weird. You're going to have to listen to it. All right. Does he have a video up on the city? Sorry about my coughing here. Warrant was issued out of Defuniak Springs. Chuck Bronson throws a peace sign to Geo. Rogue stand-up must have known he had solid ground, I hope. I don't know. Tapper Snap. Y'all need to come up to Seattle. I'm coming to Seattle, Army for Free America. I'll be there October for a few days. Rights Crispy became a supporter. I appreciate that. I'm going to come back and hit you up next time you're live. I can't remember if I am. I try to hit the guys that do mine. So anyway, no, it neutralized out. Yo, James' website could have been hacked. I don't think it was hacked. I think my certificate expired. I'll fix that when I get done with this here. But I just want to give you guys an update. We're not going to be on too long. This pisses me off so hard. Local citizens need to audit and fix their own city. When you can, call me. I am there. All right, thanks, Joe. Ryan, I missed that one. Was the sticker on the sign a reason for search? I don't know. Let it out. Clearly, let me clear my throat. If he pleads guilty, he will lose his ability to sue. Hoosier News Now, thank you for becoming a supporter there. So Rogue's going to be there till next week, possibly, Carlos. D News, what's up? He has a attorney, yeah. His attorney's aware of it here. They're going to try and get him out tomorrow and speak to the prosecutor. Alabama Transparency, not sure. I don't know without a report. You plea, no sue, no bail for this is crazy. That's the biggest thing, Cop Blocker. It's not that you can or can't sue later on, but there's no bail, there's no bond. And this is, again, Defuniak Springs. Writes Crispy, well, people, Crispy, Chuckster, appreciate all. Sig says, what did poor Rogue allegedly do? Don't know. Criminal mischief, that's all. We can only speculate. I don't have a report. I've been getting emails saying everybody's asking for the report via public records, so we'll see. It says retaliation warrant for false information to a judge signed. No, if they show that they have probable cause, then that's basically it. If he pleads guilty, then they can more easily arrest him next time. They will find him next time. I mean, it depends on each circumstance. If you're not guilty of something, you're guilty. If you're guilty, you're guilty. If you can't fight it and you know you're going to win and you already have time served and it's time to move on, then yeah, it's not a crazy charge, but we don't know anything what's going on with Roe. We don't know what he's going to be doing at all. Thanks for Rights and Hoosier News Now for becoming a member. I see that thing green ticking up there. Attorney is officer of the court. Their oath is to the bar. That's true. Thanks for smashing the like button. Tia Griffin, thank you for coming in here. Smash the like button there. Went to a magistrate, no bond. Why is that fishy? It's because it's an extraditable warrant. They got to bring him back to their county and then assess it and do a bond there. It should be a $250 bond at most. 25 bucks. What happened to hate the state? I don't know. Rogue total with a lawsuit on his video. Even a Class C misdemeanor has to be at least $100 of damage. Yeah, I think this is any amount of damage. That's what our Florida statute says. So they were probably trying to obstruct an officer by auditing them. Yeah, I mean, I have an audit too that I went to, and they were Atkinson. That's what the sergeant with his mouth said. Cite and release. In this instance, it's an out-of-county area. They can't cite and release. That's probably what's going on here. He was arrested. Chaos. If you want to check it out. I don't think my website was hacked. I know a lot of you guys said that there. Let me see if I can fix it. It's my certificate. The website's a year old, so I've got to go in there and update the certificate. That's what's going on. I'll fix it tonight. Set up Bay cops breaking the law. Rights, good to see you. Accepting a guilty plea will hurt you in future court cases. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, if they use that against you, but you really can't use that against you, right? Try to hit the link for the article. Do it later, please. Available. Thank you, James. Yeah. Teresa. Extradition on 250 will cost them $250K. No, it'll probably be about $5,000 is what they're going to charge for an extradition fee for holding them there for those days, and then having two officers come down there and pick them up. They'll justify $5,000. Thank you, Snapface. I got to get the website. If you see the website there, it's just you just have to go to website. My SSL expired conveniently, so I'll get that squared away today. Yeah, Robert, thank you. My SSL certificate, it literally has been a year since I put that website up. I think a year. He talked to Corporal Bryant last night. He was smart-ass little pot smoker. Was he? He was I mean, he was fast and aggressive. And you do that with someone with a warrant. Hey, you have a warrant, put your hands behind your back. And then you get them handcuffed and that's it. So I don't know what he did. If you recorded the phone call, let me know. What proof he committed criminal mischief? I have no idea, Nancy. I don't think so. Snapface, thanks for his link there. Flex your rights arrested also. Is that when he did the grandma thing? Yeah, it happens. Is there a maximum time to be held without bond? And, well, until a judge sees you, and then they'll say, well, we're coming to get him, and then finally a judge maybe a week later. I would say 3 weeks can be that, and then they're just like, listen, you've already served time. Like, no, this isn't time served. I'm pleading not guilty to this. You get not guilty, and then they basically, that's when you sue them and be like, they created an unreasonable delay keeping me in jail for no reason. VetTech Kimmy, all right, thank you. Have nothing on going next week. Thanks, VetTech, I appreciate it. We just got to figure out what's going on. My beach out, it's a Class C misdemeanor, is unheard of to extradite. They usually don't even come up when they run your license, if not from the same county. Yeah, they probably just have, yes, we will extradite on here because they don't like us. People that Alabama Transparency, thanks for becoming a member. $1.99. They get you preferential treatment here. I read your stuff. Brown shirts in Florida. I have no idea. Roger McCoy, thank you. Those are $1.99 subscriptions. We appreciate it so much. It really helps out a little bit, you know, when we do that. I'm going to be helping Rogue with his financial stuff because he's supposed to be working, I think, Friday or Saturday. And he's obviously going to have to call in sick, so, or call in not available. New York Tyrant Hunter, what's going on? You know, they can just make your legal fees exceed what you can win back in justice and consume your life in the process. That's right. I get my FOIA request that Rogue was talking about a week ago. Rice Krispy throwing the Rogue Nation out there. Thank you guys. Any questions at all? I'm going to end it here. If that's it, we've got about 13 minutes. I want to let you guys get through with this, and that way anybody can watch this that's going on. But he's being currently held at the Seminole County or the Polk E, whatever it was called there, jail. They have nothing to do with this. There's no reason to nail them with anything because it'll just make his life more difficult while they're in there. Defuniak Springs is the arresting or charging agency with a warrant, and each and every one of their police officers down there apparently if we go there, is going to try and attempt to get us for anything. Thanks for coming in, Bob. You're a member as well. They'll try to get us on anything and everything. So when you do there, if you do a mass audit there, if you do go there, if you do anything like that, you got to watch your toes and mind your P's and Q's on them. Eighth Amendment does apply-ish, you know. Ashley, thank you for the $4.99. Eighth Amendment, you know, unreasonable or is it unreasonable and cruel punishment? I think it is. That might be it. This misdemeanor carries a 6-month penalty, so I mean that's it. No one usually ever goes to jail for criminal mischief. They give you a fine and restitution, and either that or community service. Thanks, Mal. Thank you, viewers. Thank you guys here. Alabama Transfer. Did you see my comment about his stickers? I did. I said I don't know if that's it. Political Woodstock, thanks for becoming a member. Snapphase, you're welcome. Discombobulated, thanks for the update. Grateful. Retaliation with the health department, right? Probably. I mean, it's just what it is. When you go to a place like that, you got to be careful. If false arrest, sue for $1 million. The longer you stay in jail, the more expensive it gets. So we'll see if that's the case. Hopefully, that's it. So we'll see you again soon. I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta fix the website. I've got a SSL issue. You can still go to it. If there's any passwords or if it tells you to put in your personal information, don't. I don't have anything like that. But the SSL certificate is just expired. I just got to fix that in literally just 5 minutes, and I'll fix that up. I'll see you guys again soon. Thank you guys. Thanks for all the members for joining up here, the 3 of you that did it. Wrights Hoosier, and who else we get? Political Woodstock, and as well, Ashley for the $4.99, Roger McCoy for the supporter, and Alabama Transparency. Thank you guys. I'll see you soon, I think. Now I'm reading comments again. I don't hit that one there. BK250, thanks for that membership there. I didn't want to leave you out. I'll see you guys.